DJ Cunning on Kiss.
So now I'd like to welcome big boys of the scene, fat and larger than life. It's the PLUMP DJs. Boys, how you doing?
Very well,
right,
good
yeah,
evening.
good, thanks.
Good, thank you very much for coming down.
No problem.
So you got fourth album, Head Thrash. That's quite a landmark to achieve.
Yeah, we've been doing it for about 10 years now, and still really pleased that people still want to hear our stuff. So, and we've been at the album for about 2.5 years. So, yeah, a relief to get it done, and we're really proud and pleased with the results as well. So,
You still find the same kind of pressures? I mean, from the first album that you did, you still finding the same pressures? Is it getting harder? Is it getting easier?
Yeah, it's about the same really. I mean, we try not to make it pressure, particularly in the studio where just working at the pace we work at, and try not to let outside influences sort of get to us. So yeah, I mean, there's still the pressure, but yeah, we're sort of working at our own pace, I think.
Is there any tricks you've got in the studio just to kind of keep the mood? It's a real cheeky smile. So there's definitely something that you two get
tell
out.
us all your secrets.
It's not like, juggling fireballs or
Lots of analogue, lots of things with wood,
And lots of
like
breaks.
a xylophone.
lots of bits of equipment made with bits of wood on them.
All right, so listen, we're gonna have a bit of chat about the album. We're gonna play a couple of singles from there and have a chat about each of them in a minute. But just want to go through the album. You worked through a few vocalists on there, so that's a fairly new thing for you guys as far as like an album project's concerned. What was the reason behind doing that?
We just wanted to broaden our horizons a little bit. We'd only done like 2 vocal tracks in the past on Eargasm, and we just thought it's a good idea to give it a go, try some different people, particularly like up and coming people, rather than sort of our sort of heroes.
Yeah,
I
think we've not really got we're not part of a major record company, and we still sort of endeavouring to make innovative music that I suppose you could say is underground. But without the big budget to sort of pay big artists to come in, all the artists involved in the album have done, made their contributions for basically niche.
Yeah. Have you guys been kind of happy? Because obviously, don't want to upset Justin or Gemma or anyone, but you've obviously been with Finger Licking for a long, long time, and that's obviously important for both of you guys to be with a label. I mean, they're one of the biggest labels in the world for breaks. But obviously they're not like the EMIs, the V2s of the world. I mean, you're getting obviously what you want out of Finger Licking.
Yeah, you get the artistic freedom, don't you, which is great.
Yeah, and the support as well, which is what we need. Yeah, we thought about going to a major, and we just thought, well, it's good to keep it in a sort of, I don't know, the family like Finger Licking. It's all quite close-knit, and there's a lot of support, and all the decisions are run past you. It's all a sort of pretty democratic, so we like
Very
that.
nice. What's the best thing you guys have been offered to come away from Finger Licking? That you can say on radio, of course.
Someone offer me a car actually, but
It wasn't a good car, then,
car.
obviously.
It was one of the bargain ones on Thames Valley Auto Trader. I think it was it had wheels and stuff.
Well, that's definitely a good bonus for a start.
Yeah.
So listen, you guys obviously, you guys DJ around the world. You're a pretty big deal in the breakbeat scene. What's it been like travelling around the world? I want to ask you for a favourite place. I'm sure that's not an easy one to answer.
Yeah, that's really difficult. I mean, we enjoy most places we play, to be honest. We've sort of played a lot in Asia, and Australia's a big place for us. We've done a few gigs in South America. And Europe still, we still enjoy playing Europe, so to pick a best one is kind of tough, to be honest.
Yeah, they've all got the different sort of attributes, all these different countries, aren't there?
Because
The crowds are all different.
South America's still a little bit untouched for breaks, and there's a few people that have gone over there.
Yeah.
But obviously, out of all the places in the world, that's got to be one of the best places to go to over there.
Yeah, it's interesting crowd, actually. We didn't expect them to like the music as hard as they do out there. Lots of percussion and lots of hard breaks, I like that.
Yeah, we had quite a big gig. Was it Creamfields, wasn't it?
Did Creamfields in Buenos Aires. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, it was awesome, and it was, a lot of people were sitting there slightly confused but really intrigued, and the results, once we'd done the set, were incredible. Loads of people really into the sound. Unfortunately, our set got recorded, but it hasn't done us any harm in the long run, so...
All right, cool. So when you guys play out, just a little bit of insight. You guys CDs, vinyl, bit of Ableton. What's your
CDs?
What's your flavour?
CDs. We try. I mean, we love vinyl, and we wish we could still play vinyl, but unfortunately, it's just you can't play CDs and vinyl. The difference in level we found was not working, and it's just a hassle having to put your records in a hold on a plane when you're travelling. It's nice to keep them with you.
Yeah.
You hear horror stories. So.
I think as well the set we've got now is with including edits and our own remixes and our own music is 90% our own music. So to burn all that, to press all that to acetate was costing an absolute fortune. You imagine 20 odd pieces of vinyl at £90 an acetate. It's you're almost doing the gigs at a loss. So just to make it easier for us to experiment and transpose what we did in the studio to the dance floor, like in 5 minutes, it was the best thing to do to go to CDs.
I think people like DJ Hart are probably the only people that are left that can actually afford to do dub plates now.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, well, listen, we're going to get on, play one of the tracks from the album. What's the first one you guys want to have us listen to?
Yeah, this is
go on.
This is called Snake Eyes, which is hopefully going to be the next release, we think, when we've done the full length version of it.
Cool. All right, we'll have a quick listen.
Cool.
So you've just been listening to the PLUMP DJs and Snake Eyes, one of their tunes from their brand new album, Head Thrash. So guys, what's the sort of background behind Snake Eyes?
How did that come about? I can't remember really. It's just
Andy looked at me really with squinted eyes across the studio.
A lot of time when we start these tracks, we don't actually start with an idea. We'll just like muck around on synths and see what sounds we come up with, and then make the track around that. I think that's how that came about. Didn't really have a big idea.
A little bit inspired by the Chemical Brothers album that had come out just prior to that. And also wanting to do something a little bit darker, a little bit more repetitive.
Yeah.
I think that was the general vibe at the start, and then we sort of screwed around with some vocals, didn't we?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any link to? I mean, obviously Snake Eyes is a bit of a gambling tone to it there. Any link to? You guys, probably the most famous press shot you got is throwing a pack of cards.
Oh yeah. That was a good shot, actually, wasn't it?
Well, we've actually got. There's a question that someone sent in. Steals the Wheels has said, when you did your promo shoot with the cards flying about, who picked up the cards afterwards?
It was actually a beautiful woman called Leah who was working at Finger Licking Records some time ago.
And they were rather large cards, weren't they?
Yeah, they were large cards, and she had to bend over and pick them up very slowly and give us them back. It was quite a nice afternoon, really.
Again.
Yeah.
52 card pickup, there you go. All right, well, we're going to move on. We're going to get on to the next single. What's the next single you want us to have a listen to?
The next single you want to listen to is called Shifting Gears.
Shifting Gears. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. PLUMP DJs and Shifting Gears.
You're listening to Jay Cunning on Kiss.
So just before we were rudely interrupted by the ads,